Hi guys, Alan Mirabee to everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. I got up this about an hour ago and I was just getting ready for today. I wanted to briefly talk about last night's test with the Google Meet and everything else and let you know that the technology is kind of meh, not really interesting at all. I was just not impressed with the technology. I know that a lot of people said clearly there was a lot of signal to noise ratio in the sense that there was no content during the beginning of the show with the Google Meet, and I have to agree with them on that. We did better in the last hour of the live stream, and that just tells me that having panels on top of everything else only added layers of issues I didn't want to have to try to work through. So I think we'll keep it simpler like we had in the end when we just had to chat with the phone, and that was easier for me and for the audience to deal with. Of course, there's some features of Google Meet I actually do like. One of the things was it did have the ability to do on-the-fly closed caption decoding, which I thought was nice. I kind of wish the YouTube itself offered the same option for content creators where we could actually look at in the live stream itself closed captioning instead of have to go through and wait until the live stream is done to see the closed captions. But that's something that if they can do Google Meet, there's no reason they couldn't do it with their own YouTube live stream tools. Okay. The next thing, of course, is the phone line. Now, I wanted to make sure we got this straight. I called up Frontier today to double check a few things on the phone. They said because of COVID-19, right now they're not offering you the buy one get one free deal. So basically, I would have to pay for another $30 to get another phone line turned on. And I went, I don't know if I can afford that before taxes. Because it would be like, they said like the bill would be like a month, so it's like $30 something. I'm like, really? It's kind of expensive. Of course, you could give me a second line with caller ID, which would be nice. But I said, well, I was nice to the lady. He said, well, the problem is that the people who donated the money to me to get the phone lines turned back on thought I was going to get both phone lines turned back on for the package deal. And she said, well, right now we're not doing the package deal because of COVID-19. Louie and I talked about it in the bathroom, and it sounds more like an issue of we don't really feel like giving away free copper. Because they're making more if they sell it to you per line than it is by package. Okay? So it's just, $116 a month for two phone lines plus the DSL. Right now, it's not going to be an option because we have $528. We want to make sure to have the money to cover for the installation already got done and everything else. And then once that is done, once I get the first bill, I can then go ahead and call them up and send them this full $528 up front as a big giant bill credit. So it means that I would be able to activate service and get things done. That's the whole idea. I think that may sound silly, but it works out because you realize is that it's already July coming up. August, September, and October. So it's 3 months. That's what the $528 is to cover, is for the 3 months of service. So, hey, if it gets additional month, don't forget, it's not just from the donor. The donor actually only gave $520. I threw in my own money into this too, so it's not just him. I didn't even activate even a voicemail package on this deal this time. We don't even have the voicemail. Because I'm just going to go ahead and either just get a cheap little answering machine over there on eBay, or I'll just go ahead and set up a voicemail response system using asterisk, and that way I will be able to. That's the next project is to do is set up a voicemail, and not just a voicemail, but IVR, innovative or interactive voice response system, so that we'll be able to do more like an auto attendant and things like that. That's the reason I want to work with asterisk as well and connect it into the Merlin Legend system, so we can actually have IVR and voicemail response and things like that. Yeah, I know that the Merlin Legend has their own Merlin mail, but that's kind of dated and uses a little tiny hard drive that costs a fortune to replace because it breaks. It's mechanical. So I do got 2 computers that can do some free PBX or asterisk telecom work. One of them, which is the old Gateway 2000 case, that one has a pretty sizable hard drive in there and things that, as well as got Linux on it. I may want to go ahead and, however, get a new motherboard for the other machine, what I call Munchkin, which is a mini tower, which is going got an old Pentium processor, and replace that, say, with a Pentium Celeron and 2 gigabytes of RAM and things like that. It's an ATX form factor, and with about 4 PCI slots. They even have boards that are more expensive with PCIe and PCI slots. The reason is that we can install some of the Chixbox or Digium line cards that will allow us to do things like set FXS and FXO extensions using that way. And the reason that would be good is that if we can get to install 2 FXO, 2 FXSs, is the FXSs will allow us to have them ring through to the 3rd and 4th, or actually I got 8 lines available on the switch, incoming lines. So there's no reason why we have to limit ourselves to just 2, but I'm just testing it out, the idea, to see how this works. And so the whole idea is to have, and then with the 2 incoming lines going into the asterisk, which from the switch would be with the automatic attendant would be connected to. We would just program 2 of the phone lines to deal with 2 auto attendants. And that way, when people call in the system, the automatic attendant application would answer the phone, and well, at least for a few lines anyway. I don't know about all of them. But I would say something like, "Hi, thank you for calling North American Snow Queen Palace. How can I direct your call?" And then at that point, the person would just simply say extension 5 or extension 10 or 14, whatever. And then the system would say, "1 moment," it would ring through the line. And if the line is busy or if there's no answer, it would just go back to the IVR and say, "I'm sorry, that person's not available. Would you like to leave a message?" Or, leave a voicemail. That certainly is an idea I'm considering. Also, even if we didn't go with the voice response system and the complexity, with the ability with asterisk working, we can go ahead and set up additional phone lines through the internet, sort of like going through Ring Central or Vonage or going through some other voice over IP provider, giving us that ability to add more phone lines, hopefully. But unfortunately, right now, Ring Central is charging the same price that Frontier is. So, to have a POTS number. So, it's not any difference. But as far as the studio lines go right now, I don't plan immediately rushing out there and going where angels do not dare tread. Okay? just take the word for it. I am looking into it. Now, have we heard any more about the stimulus checks? No, because you know what? Mitch McConnell hasn't even brought it to the floor still. I got a bad hunch that he's going to wait until August. Guys, they're going to start talking about it in mid-July. That's what they were thinking about, and they don't care. But you can still basically get under their skin. Please do call 202-224-3121 and let Mitch McConnell know that you would like him to get things done. and get this bill off the floor. Same thing with Pat Toomey. Let him know how you feel about his comments about Social Security. And then there's also a Texas senator who says that he don't think a stimulus is needed. My personal experience is, yes, a stimulus is needed. With the re-emergence of COVID-19, again, you need that stimulus because there are people that are going to be unemployment is not going to stop going down, guys. It's going to, there are people going to be going back to work, but the problem is how many are actually still unemployed is still pretty high. It's like 20 million people are still out of a job, at least 20 million people. So this is where you guys need to get on the phone, and you need to basically let your congressmen and senators know how you feel about them dragging their feet. Again, the number is 202-224-3121, and let them know that you want them to get things done. We will be live tonight. I was thinking about doing it on the porch, and like I said, the Google Meet was kind of a colossal mess. It's neat things, but I think it was just too many irons in the fire. I really had a hard time trying to keep up with everybody when you're trying to deal with totally conflicting platforms. And of course, the other thing is that many of them on Google Meet were not on YouTube, but were on Google Meet, which wasn't known. It was like 3 or 4 people. Okay, so I'm thinking is that the weather is going to be nice for the next few days, according to the National Weather Service. So I'm actually going to take advantage of this. I do want to have a live stream on the porch. I do want to have a live stream. I like the porch. I really do. I like the porch. The phone doesn't work out too well out there, but that we can work around that. There are ways to work around that. Okay, just leave it at that for now. But I definitely do like being in the studio too, where I can see the screen in large print and I can see everything going on. That is another godsend. So it's either going to be on the porch like it was a couple days ago, or it's going to be inside like it was on the second half of the show, where we basically, like Carrie said, I like it when I see the screen on the chat on the screen, because that it makes it easy for us in some cases, because we can just follow the chat. Also, of course, if you can see any shenanigans that are going, because we can see who's blocking who, and we don't have to worry about going, did Michelle block this person? Oh no, somebody else did. Gee, Nazi, and then the name shows up. But of course, I like that setup too. That's why I do it that way. I was very happy, by the way, to find out that we can stream at 720p on Frontier, which I didn't expect that. Really, I didn't. I thought we were going to have a colossal buffering fest. It did work. I wouldn't mind trying 1080p, but I think that'd be pushing it. I never streamed at 1080p on a regular basis anyway, so it's not really needed. But that's about it for now. As far as the question people ask me is, when is the soup kitchen going to be opening for in-house dining? I honestly don't know. I just tried to call the soup kitchen today, and they didn't answer. Today, supposedly, they're having takeout. That's all I know. That's all I know, is that supposedly today they're going to be having takeout. But you know what? I couldn't reach through to any of the staff. Of course, it's still early in the morning. So they may be either A, just starting to come in when I called, or they're not there. I don't know what the story is, okay? Just know as I did try calling. So tonight we will have the live stream. I will go ahead and I will pre-announce the live stream I did last night. Since that's no big deal, I just go into the computer, go ahead and send out the alert, and everybody will be all caught up. That's a good thing. Now, one question I have is, some people wonder, what about the way that we live stream now using RTMP versus the other way using the webcam, which is Legacy? Are they going to erase the Legacy app of the original control center? I hope not, because it makes it a lot easier than it would be if I had, because I don't need to have to keep regenerating a new stream key, which is a pain in the ass. because I have to keep entering a new stream key into OBS or into my phone app, which is Lyrics Livestream. It's just easier when you got a static stream key to just get started and start your show, plop down the camera, get going. It's easier for me, it's easier for you, and everybody else. It's just too bad there's no way I can actually program in advance all the days I would be streaming. So if I could say Monday through Saturday, 8 p.m. Oh, by the way, are we going to have a live stream on Saturday afternoon? Or are we going to stay with the night? Honestly, I think the nights are doing better than they are in the daytime. So I think we're going to change the Saturday afternoon into Saturday nights. I don't know, it says schedule can change without notice. So I'm basically giving you notice. I'm thinking we're going to do the live streaming at 8 o'clock at night Eastern time instead of 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, because that's the heart of the day. It's a peak of the day, and it gets very warm. And I think a lot of people would agree it would be better to be streaming when you're all comfortable and happy and not dripping like a wet rag. And that's no joke. I mean, seriously, I had to take a bath yesterday. I was grubby. But then last night was pretty nice, comfortable, even in the studio with the fan on, so it wasn't so bad last night. So I will see you all tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time during the next live stream. And so I'm going to go ahead and announce the live stream in advance. I will put out the heads up to everybody. And maybe I can even put the stream key for tonight's live stream in this video. Once I get it regenerated. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this. I'll see you soon. Stay out of trouble. Enjoy the day. It's going to be cooler today, at least in New England. I don't know about the other states, but in New England it's going to be mild, so take advantage of it. Alright, bye-bye.